Since the dawn of time, a great debate has been waging on, dividing warlocks into two opposing ideologies, a question of both power and fashion. We're of course talking about which is the better exotic for Stasis, Eye of Another World or Verity's Brow. I see the debate on the Destiny subreddit over the last year. When it comes to fashion, there really is no question who the victor is. The entire universe in your head, and whatever that thing is. When it comes to measuring performance, it all boils down to how fast can I throw down a Bleak Watcher Turret. Now, when you look at the potential, Verities can easily overtake Eye if you can build and maintain high stacks of death throws. The question is, what is the break point? At what point does Verity surpass the passive cooldown reduction that Eye of Another World provides? For these tests, both setups are at 100 discipline, and no other methods to reduce grenade cooldown were used. Measuring Eye of Another World is very straightforward since it's a passive reduction. It brings your baseline grenade cooldown to 42 seconds at tier 10 discipline. Now, measuring Verities can get a bit tricky as kills extend the timer, but it can fall off, and maybe you have a period where you've got 2 stacks, and another 10 seconds where you only have 1 stack, and so on. So you could have, mixed stacks, and it can get really tricky to calculate. We know that in lower level content, it's easy to chain kills to keep death throws at 5 stacks when it can easily pass Eye of Another World. The question is whether it's worth it in more difficult Master and Grandmaster level content. How many kills do you need to surpass Eye? I measured all of these tests down to the frame in Premiere Pro. I kept it simple. I got 1 kill, 1 stack of death throws, and then I went and let it expire and timed how long it took for the grenade to come back. And I repeated this for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 stacks. Now, there's going to be some variance because of how long the buff is up in total. For instance, the time it takes between the first and 5th kill could mean that your buff is up 12 seconds? Is it up 18 seconds? So there's going to be some variance depending upon how long you've had the buff up in total. Now, I performed these tests trying to get the kills as quick as possible. So for the first few stacks, times 1, times 2, times 3, you're taking off about 3 seconds per kill. At 4 and 5 stacks, because of the amount of time it takes to get those kills, your buff is going to be up a total amount of time that's much longer than 1, 2, or 3 stacks. It's not 10 seconds. You're looking at maybe 12, 13, 14, 15 seconds, depending on how long it takes to get all 5 kills. So trying to equate how much each kill takes off the cooldown doesn't really work at the higher stacks because you don't know how long the buff's going to be up. You don't know how long it's going to take between kills. It just gets really messy to calculate. But here are the numbers for the first test. Now remember, I'm trying to get stacks as quick as possible and then letting it run out to see how long it took to get the grenade back. 1 stack was 50 seconds. 2 was 47. 3, 44. 4 stacks was 40 seconds. 5 stacks was 36 seconds. Now, for shits and giggles, I wanted to see how quick we could get it down with no limitations, so getting to 5 stacks as fast as possible and maintaining 5 stacks until the grenade was up got me to 27 seconds. Okay, obviously that's not realistic in harder content. So let's take a step back. What if we just get 1 kill, 1 stack of death throws, twice within that 1 grenade cooldown without extending the duration? So 2 separate kills spaced more than 10 seconds apart. And that got us to 47 seconds. That's the same as getting a 2 stack. So we definitely need more than 2 kills. So the goal here is to keep up death throws times 1, but never able to get a multi-kill. This ended up with about 4 kills and getting our grenade back in 43 seconds. So we're not quite able to meet Eye of Another World, which is at 42 seconds. So single kills by themselves will not cut it. We're going to need to at least get some multi-kills in there. And I found the break-even point to be a double kill and 2 single kills, which gets us to 42 seconds, meeting Eye of Another World. Alright, so what does this all mean? So my thinking is, if you're able to get a double kill, then you should be able to get a 3rd kill within the next 10 seconds. So Verity sort of has a steamroll effect where if you're able to chain together stacks and eventually build up to 5, then it's going to surpass Eye of Another World. If you're not able to chain kills together, then Eye of Another World's going to take the lead. The thing with Verity's Brow is you're not wearing it just to meet Eye of Another World. You're wearing it to get a much faster cooldown, right? So if you're not getting that, then Eye of Another World has additional benefits of getting a faster Rift and melee. Now, all we're looking at is these two exotics in a vacuum. We're not accounting for things like demolitionist weapons, running bomber on your class item, which benefits both exotics, but I can get faster Rift cooldowns, proccing bomber even more. We're not factoring in wells, stasis shards, charge with light, firepower, grenade kickstart. There are so many factors that can contribute towards your grenade cooldowns that these exotics are just one piece of the puzzle. And at the end of the day, you can't go wrong with either one. So while Verities can get the faster grenades with some work, with Eye, you don't need to do anything special to get its 42-second cooldown. Not to mention you also get faster Rift and melee cooldowns for free. And did I mention you also have the whole universe in your head? Personally, after running Stasis almost exclusively for the last few seasons, I've kind of moved back over to Top Tree Void and Bottom Tree Solar. But even when I do rock Stasis, I've been running the Stag. I found with some of the crazy builds you can put together this season that you don't even really need to rock either of these exotics to get your Ice Turret army up and running. That'll do it for this one. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to do the YouTube thing. Like, comment, subscribe. See ya.